Hola amigos, hola a todos. Bienvenido a mi canal. Tengo un cafecito y en el día de hoy vamos a escuchar a un álbum para que estoy muy emocionado. Es de un artista quien para mí, en mi opinión, él tiene, ¿cómo se dice? El tocar de oro. The golden touch. I'm talking about Raül Refree, who is... No está mexicano. Y si no estás nuevo a mi canal, tú sabes que yo escucho aquí música mexicana. So why am I listening to somebody who's not Mexican? Yeah, that's the big question. Well, first of all, this is going to be Mexican. So Raül Refree, I discovered him through Rosalia's music. And here's a question for you, if you're from Mexico, is how does Mexico in general think of Rosalia? Because to my knowledge, she has not yet collaborated with anyone from Mexico. So yeah, Mexico, are you guys fans of Rosalia? Because I am. And so I discovered Raul because he was one of the early collaborators with Rosalia, primarily on her first album, Los Angeles. And he is a guitarist, a producer. I don't know that he sings. I don't think I've heard him sing, but I haven't listened to all of his work. But he used to be like in a punk band or something. I don't know. But he worked together with Rosalia, and they put together this really amazing flamenco album, Los Angeles. And then I dug in and I listened to these 3 albums here on the top. So I've listened to all of them multiple times. Just yesterday, I wanted to kind of refresh my memory. So I listened to the La Otra Mitad yesterday. And man, that is a freaking gorgeous album. But it is very Spanish. It's very flamenco. It's like kind of ghostly and supernatural almost in a weird way. And then Manual de Cortejo is a freaking amazing album as well. What's his name? Shoot, I forget the artist that it's a collab with. But it's Raul and this other guy who's kind of like an indie Spanish artist, and that too is has flamenco elements, but has like electronic elements. It's really, really awesome. I've listened to it so many times. I love putting it on while I'm cooking dinner. And then he's got this other album, Lina and Raül Refree, which is not in Spanish. Lina, her name is actually Carolina Rodriguez, but she's Portuguese, so I don't know how you would pronounce that. This album is kind of like, I guess you could argue it's kind of like Rosalia's El Mal Querer for Portuguese fado music. So it's sort of like really traditional sounding, but also updated with really interesting electronic elements. So anyway, long story short, I have loved everything that I've heard from Raül, and I also, one, have never seen anyone on YouTube react to any of his music, which I think is a shame. So that's partly why I wanted to do this. But also, ever since I started listening to him, I've wondered if he ever worked with Mexican artists, because I thought it would be amazing if he brought his way of making music and his tastes and stuff. If he worked with Mexican artists, I just thought that would be so cool and would probably sound really amazing. So just last week, I discovered that he did in fact do that, and he has an album from, let me see, when was this released? 2008. So not super long time ago, but not exactly new. It's called Vientos Y Lugares, and he collaborated with three artists who I've never listened to, but who are all, or no, Sílvia, Pérez, Cruz, I think is Spanish, yeah. But these two guys, Cabezas de Cera, it's a band from Mexico. I've never heard them, so maybe after this I'll have to listen to them. And then Juan Pablo, who is also Mexican, I believe, but it doesn't have any information from him here. Anyway, so yeah, it's a collaboration album, Raül Refree, with a couple of Mexican artists, and this was actually very hard to find. It's not on any streaming services that I could see, so I did luck out and find the full album uploaded on YouTube as a playlist. So that's how I'm going to listen to it. And I think that's it. I think that's all I need to say. Yeah, I'm very excited for this. No one asked me to do this, so I'm not expecting that there's going to be a bunch of people watching this video, but I wanted to do it. So let's go. Is also already so different from anything I've listened to on this channel. Wow. Okay. Before the next one starts. Damn. Okay. This is gonna be cool. This is very, yeah. This is very much. I didn't really have any expectations for what this was gonna sound like, but this definitely fits in with the overall like weirdness and craziness of Raul's music, or the music that he's involved in. Like I said, I've never heard the other artists that are involved in this album, so I don't know, if this is like totally their sound or what, but I'm really liking it so far. Just the crazy variety of the singing, the crazy variety in the music and different instruments and sort of chaos. Yeah. I think I'm not gonna focus on talking or even like reacting that much. The weird thing about reactions is that there is this sort of pressure to be animated and like look like you're, enjoying it or whatever. But the reality is, like, if I was listening to this on my own, I would probably just lay down and close my eyes, So I'm not gonna do that, but I'm gonna kind of maybe do more like that than be like, whoa, wow, blah, 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 pause and talk. So yeah, I just want to listen to this and enjoy it. So let's keep going. Just because it's probably not that apparent, I'm not reacting a lot. I just wanted to say that this music is making me feel quite a bit. I'm feeling my chest like expand and like feel warmer. I don't know, the singing is like really getting at me. It's so nice. I don't know, and I don't even know who's singing is, if it's Juan Pablo Villa or someone from Cabezas de Cera. I don't know, but it's great. builds up slowly. Like, right now it just feels so like letting it all out. Go from the softer part. Yeah. Really nice guitar work. What? It sounds like animals. Like a dog snarling. Or like a jungle animal. I don't know what to say. It's just like, it's freaking awesome. It's nothing like I've heard. I mean, it does, like I said before, it reminds me of some other work that Raul's been involved with, but it doesn't have the same sound, but it has like similar qualities to it. But it doesn't sound flamenco at all. Like the guitar doesn't sound like flamenco guitar, but I have yet to hear any music from Mexico that sounds like this. I mean, I'm sure that there is, because these are Mexican artists. I just haven't looked into that area of Mexican music before, rock. But, oof. And that part with the like snarling animal sounds. I don't know if it was someone singing. It could have been. Either way, it was a super interesting and cool effect. Let's keep going. Here we go. Canción Mixteca. First time I've heard that word used in any of the music I've listened to. This would Mixteca, right?
del suelo, suelo donde nací.
This is kind of reminding me of
Inmensa nostalgia.
the album with Lina, the Portuguese one.
Inmensa nostalgia.
I'm gonna have to look into the lyrics of this more because I also imagine the lyrics are pretty interesting.
Y al verme tan solo y tan triste cual hoja al viento, y al verme tan solo y tan triste cual hoja al viento,
Not even halfway.
tierra del sol, oh tierra del sol,
Land of the sun.
suspiro
I breathe.
por verte. Ahora que lejos, ahora que lejos, yo vivo sin luz, sin y al verme tan solo y tan triste cual hoja al viento, quisiera llorar, quisiera morir de sentimiento. Y al verme tan solo y tan triste cual hoja
I
al
hear a woman's voice. Okay, so that must be Sílvia Pérez Cruz.
quisiera llorar, quisiera morir de sentimiento. Y al verme tan solo y tan triste cual hoja al viento,
The drums are so
quisiera
intense. It seems like it would be, like it wouldn't mesh well with the sound, but it totally does. Wow. Man, so much interesting stuff going on in that song. Yeah, just those like very chaotic moments where like the drums come in and there's like a kind of squealing saxophone and guitars, and I'm very interested in why this song is titled what it is, Canción Mixteca. If you're watching and you're from Mexico and you know, can you tell me how to properly pronounce that word? Because I want to say, knowing what I know about Nahuatl, Mixteca, but maybe that is not right. But yeah, so I'm curious, later on I'll listen to the lyrics, or I'll read the lyrics and see why is this song referencing Mixteca. Alright, let's move on. Let's keep going. This album is freaking so cool.
Fet gaire vulgar que farà quan sigui gran. Potser tregui
It almost sounds like Portuguese.
Els comuniqui amb els ocells o mantengui els plats calents. Ningú
What is
sap
that?
que
The title? Lani?
I totes les nines dansen abraçats, semblen quasi humanes, i els vestits també, i amb la cara nova i el cos tot cobert, un color de rosa que tomba els hiverns i fa la competència al ros dels teus cabells.
This guitar right here is sounding so familiar, but I can't place it. It's not something I've listened to on this channel. It's not from any of like Rosalia's work or even any of the other Raül music that I've listened to. I'm gonna rewind a little bit and see if I can identify it. Honestly, I think it reminds me of some Hawaiian slack key guitar that I grew up listening to. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that for now. Maybe I'll change my mind later, but that's what it reminds me of. If I can think of any specific songs, I'll link them in the description. Like the Owl Crater Boys.
Cauen els diners i els anys, amb les mans no pot fer res, amb els peus es manté dret, s'acumulen els perquès. 23, un dia de desembre blanc, un poder del tot estrany, pintat de color regat, quin profit més antiquat. I totes les nines dansen abraçats,
Like a rain
semblen
chimes?
quasi humanes, i els vestits també, i amb la cara nova vestit cobert d'un color de rosa que tombes i vents i fan la competència al ros dels teus cabells. I totes les nines dansen de bracet, semblen quasi humanes i els vestits també. I obre cara nova i el cos tot cobert d'un color de rosa que tombes i vents i fan la competència al ros dels teus cabells i fan la competència al ros dels teus cabells.
What's gonna happen now? It sounds like maybe a voice, maybe a guitar, and maybe a horse. I can't tell. What in the world? Scary. Like, genuinely, I feel scared right now. Fuck. Crazy song again. It almost, like, that last bit almost felt like a movie. Like a super... I don't know why I thought this, but I thought of Amores Perros. It's not the same, like, vibe, but just a sort of, like, really high anxiety movie, yeah. Amores Perros. It's been a while since I watched that movie, but Gael Garcia Bernal, probably one of my favorite actors.
Para que yo me sienta desterrada de mi debo sentirlo, y fuera de mi miseria aniquilada, sin alma y sin amor de que...
This voice sounds familiar, so I'm actually wondering if maybe this actually is Raül singing. Because on a couple, at least one of his other albums, I feel like I've heard this voice before.
Pero me miro adentro, estoy intacta.
Oh my god.
El paisaje interior me pertenece. Impugnas de mis fuentes hecho en falta. Todo en mí se mantiene y reverdece.
Yeah, wow. Sombras y sueños. So that means shadows and dreams, right? Okay. This song is called Lora Baixa. I don't know how to say that with the X. Baixa de Diciembre. And that, Baixa, that seems like a Spanish thing. Like, it's not. Is it Catalan? No, not. Yeah, I don't know. but there's like one of the like languages from the Iberian Peninsula, right? Uses a lot of X's. So I'm guessing that word is from that language, but maybe it's just a normal Spanish word. I don't know. I've never seen it.
Més enllà d'un flac de vent i el blanc camp que se n'esquinça, que s'ha fet de la poesia i el delit de llibertat al carrer de la ciutat amb ses ombres m'harmonia.
So beautiful. This album is like spanning from extremely beautiful to extremely chaotic. I'm just gonna let it keep going. ¿Quién me trajo? What is this?
Vacío sonriente y un saberse vivir con una arcada y un sentirse Manuel interiormente.
Oh, it's not over. This keeps happening. These songs are one longer than I expect them to be. They're not even that long. There's just so much going on. They feel kind of long in a good way. And then it'll come to a place that I think is the end. And then it's not the end. There's more. It's so cool. Damn, there's only 2 more songs after this. I'm sad for it to be ending. It's so experimental. It's just so crazy, extremely experimental, and I love it so much. Like these outros where he or they, whoever, just like messing around with sound in such an interesting way. The first thing that comes to mind is like sometimes Frank Ocean does that in his outros. There's one particular song I'm thinking of where it just sounds like he like finishes the song and then you can hear like him like it's like he pushes over all the instruments in the recording studio or something and you can hear it crashing. It's not exactly the same, but I'm reminded of that. Let's keep going. La preso de Lleida. Lleida? I guess depends where you are. If you were in Argentina, you would say Lleida, right? Hola, me llamo. So one song left. I'm pausing because I want to say that I just realized that some of this music, some of the elements of this music so far have actually reminded me a lot of this band. If you can see my hat, Black Midi. They're from England, so not really connected to this world of Spanish or Mexican music, but they're like kind of a experimental metal, rock, jazz band. And the parts of this music that remind me of them is like the really chaotic parts when you have like distorted guitars going and crashing drums, and also like a saxophone or something going crazy and squealing. Like, I went to their show, which is where I got the hat, and it was very much like that. The saxophone player was just going nuts. I mean, the whole band was going nuts all together, and it was like jazz but also heavy metal. This kind of feels like that, so that's really cool. I have many friends that I'm going to recommend this album to. So let's move on to the final song, Soneto al Revés. Okay, it totally sounds like them. This sounds like, yeah. I'll put a link to their songs, because it totally does.
No sé por qué estoy pensando que me tengo que morir, sin saber cómo ni cuándo. Sin saber cómo ni cuándo ni dónde voy a vivir, sin más que estar esperando. Para poderme dormir. Se me acaba el seguir, sintiendo que estoy soñando. Sintiendo que estoy soñando para dejar de sentir que me tengo que morir, sin saber cómo ni cuándo. Estoy soñando para dejar de sentir que me tengo que morir, sin saber cómo ni cuándo. No sé por qué estoy pensando que me tengo que morir.
Wow. Okay, hey look. It's this video. if you're still watching this, please, please, please leave a comment and tell me what you thought of this album. Because I would love to hear from other people who like this music. I would love to hear from other Raül Refree fans. I just think this music is so interesting and so good. Yeah, I love it. I love it. And I don't want to get ahead of myself and say that it definitely sounds like Black MIDI, but I do think there's something there. I'll have to go back and listen to their album and see, but wow. Yeah, tell me what you think of this album. Let's talk about it in the comments, as usual. If you're here, if you're still here, you're a freaking rock star. Let's be friends. Yeah. All right. See you in the comments. See you in the next video. I hope you're having a good day. All right. Thank you.